that board, someone told me the 3 W's, which was worker bees, window dressing, and wealth. And I thought, oh, that's clever. This allows you to remember that you need folks with financial capacity to support your organization. You need folks who are going to be name recognition, PR, to give your organization legitimacy, and also to attract folks to your organization, to someone who has more reach that can talk about your nonprofit and bring folks into the fold. And of course, worker bees, so people to help get the work done, especially at smaller nonprofits. But as I went on in my work, I found that this really needed 2 improvements. So my 2 improvements are, I take the category of worker bee and split it into 2 parts, because I found that a lot of times when we were discussing board recruitment, people would get these 2 conflated. The worker bee category is actually 2 distinct categories. I call them willing hands, which are more what the classical element of worker bee would be. Someone who's willing to just do whatever needs to be done. Perhaps they're retired, they have a little more time on their hands. They want to make thank you calls. They want to stuff envelopes for you. They want to volunteer for events. Maybe they also volunteer on the program side. They just want to get in there and help in whatever way is best for the organization. That is fantastic. You absolutely need those folks on your board. You need those willing hands people. You also need another category of folks that it does have to do with their skills and their ability to help you with different work at your nonprofit. And I call these like the wisdom folks, the specialized wisdom. And so these are folks, they might work in finance, legal, marketing, HR, DEI, governance folks, investment folks, all of those people that have specialized career knowledge that your organization needs advisory input on. So we're taking the worker bee category and we're putting that into 2 different buckets. The willing hands, the people who are just doers that are just happy to help out in whatever way they can, and the more specialized wisdom that your organization needs in an advisory capacity. So under the new model I'm proposing, we have the wealth category. We have window dressing, which again, that's not meant to be derogatory. It's meant like a classic window dressing at a department store. It attracts people to what's inside. So it is a person who has name recognition, reach, PR capabilities that can be brought to bear for your nonprofit, the willing hands, and the wisdom category. So for those 4 categories, though, the second way that I would propose to innovate on the normal model is that we often think we've got to get someone that fits each of those categories, when in reality, people are complex and people have many talents and many skills, and they can meet more than one of these categories. And I know the best board members in my career have been the folks that meet 2, 3, or sometimes all 4 of these categories. So very easy for someone that maybe has specialized knowledge in legal, in finance, in investments. They may also be a very great category for the wealth capacity. So they may have the ability to support your nonprofit in a wealth way and also bring specialized knowledge that the nonprofit needs on their board. So for maybe a local nonprofit, you might have the nightly news anchor who everyone knows in the community, and you're like, oh, that fills our window dressing category. But if that person was maybe instead, let's say, the city manager, they may also bring really important connections in terms of the wisdom category and skills that would be beneficial to a local nonprofit and also be a recognized name. So again, that might be a better solution. It would all be contingent. So those are the ways I want you to start thinking about board recruitment. If you have questions about your nonprofit and board recruitment, board transitions, how to build a board that you love to work with, because the board can be one of the most frustrating things about working in a nonprofit, but it can also be one of the most awesome. And I have seen it work both ways and many variations in between.